Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a very brief video. I wanted to discuss a few things about something very important, a style piece, a style element that we tend to overlook, but adds a little bit of depth in terms of our capsule, our closet, and our wardrobe for whatever seasons, especially during spring, summer, and autumn. I wouldn't necessarily say winter, but it's about the neckerchief, the neck scarf, however you want to call it. I know I have done a video in the past where I have started with like a cravat for ascot and things like that, but I wanted to talk about it more on a casual slash elegant way of styling this for your everyday wear, because someone highlighted it and I've got loads of questions on my page popping up every now and again, like how do you style this, how do you knot this, how do you know what to pick, and all that kind of stuff, different questions. So I just thought, why not just put this video, it's a very simple video, on exactly how I knot my neckerchief or my neck scarf. And I've got two basic styles, and within those styles I can adjust things to suit how I want to wear them. Like for instance, obviously I've got a neckerchief on right now, as you can tell. I've gone with this sort of like reddish tone to complement what I'm styling. So it's very important that it's just not any neckerchief or neck scarf you're picking up. Think about the style you're putting together. Either it complements or it blends in nicely. For this casual look, I've gone for something like this. One of the very interesting things about the neck scarf is based on the way you knot the neck scarf, you can adjust things. Like for instance, I wanted to get like a nice button up all the way up here. So what I've done, I've let the knot sit right on top of the opening. It's very, very important to have, because it's all about symmetry and definition. So I've let the knot sit right on top of the opening of my shirt. If for instance I want to dress even more casual, say I'm out and it's really sunny and I want to open this up, this is okay, but for me, I wouldn't style this. Like, I love my symmetry. I love things to just sit nicely where they need to be. What I would do is, I would, see, you've got this previously, I would extend this all the way down to sit right on top of that opening. And voila, here you go. This same knots, but just a different outlook to it. Just depends on how I want to style things. But just to let you know quickly, when it comes to the neck scarf, I feel like you have to understand where I'm coming from to understand why I wear things the way I wear things, and everything has to have an essence, has to have that essentiality to it. What exactly am I wearing this for? I tend to sweat a bit during summer, so a lot of my moisturizer and oils tend to leak through, and then I've got my shirts messed up. So once I wear some of my shirts once, boom, that's it. I can't wear them again because they've all been stained in the color, especially when you wear things like white and stuff like that. But I found out that when I wear white linen and I wear a neckerchief or a neck scarf under the collar, I can actually wear that again. And that's the honest truth. So for me, that's one of my number one reasons why I tend to style with the neckerchief or the neck scarf during summer, because then rewear and less wash. So because I don't see the importance of washing my wares a lot of the time, because that wouldn't allow them last as long as they need to last, especially when you're using natural fibers. You've got to maintain them properly so that you can get as much wears out of them before any sort of wash. So I've done that, but I wanted to just introduce something to you as well. Apart from having the neck scarf, obviously you talk to me about sweat on the other parts and stuff like that. I have this thing I got many years ago, I think about 6 years ago. It's a Bosch device and it still works up till date. This is what it looks like. Don't worry, it's not a robot or an AI tool, but look at that. Yeah, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see that. That's what it is, the front, and then this is what the back looks like. It's got an on button, yeah. So when you turn it on, it comes on like that, and then you take the back end of it like this, and you press. You can see the lights coming on. What this actually does is amazing. You take this and do that on your clothes, just like that. You feel lots is going, and you feel nothing is happening. Yeah, just press down on it while you're doing that, and literally it takes out every odor from your outfit. Every single thing disappears, so it smells fresh. It goes as far as taking out your perfume from your clothes. So if you've got that and you can protect your colors from taking in dirt from your sweat, the next day you've got a white that looks like it's been washed pretty much with care. Obviously, as long as you haven't got stains on it, kind of thing. But that's what rewear is. So with this sort of like measures, I'm able to have my outfits worn over and over and over again. And it's very important for, you know, maintaining longevity of your outfits. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, the first thing I would recommend we do is roll the scarf. This is one that hasn't been rolled up. It's opened up. Love all the details on this. Fumigali Milano. This is amazing detailing you've got on here. So first and foremost, the first thing I'll do is show you how to roll this up. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate this with the scarf on a flat surface, and then when you're doing the same thing, you're doing this with an iron. There are different ways to go about it. I will show you two methods to fold this. The first method is to take this to the center and iron this strip down. Take this other end, bring it to the center, and iron this other end down. So you end up with something like this. One. Then slowly bring this to meet this here and iron this down again. And then take this like that in here and iron this down. But while you're doing that, make sure that there's a little gap, very tiny gap in the middle, so that when you fold, it's comfortable. It doesn't sort of like fall off. And then take this one in here like that, and then iron it down. Take this one like that and iron it down. And then finally, you take this over there, over this, and iron it down. And when you iron it down, it will look like this. The second method is quite different. This is like on the go. So what I'll do is I'll pretty much take it end to end. So you've got this here. I'll bring this here. And then you have this triangle. Nice and neat. Iron this end down. Bring this in here. And iron this end down. And then bring this one here in. Bring it in here. And iron it down. And then fold this end back in here. And iron it down. And there you go. You got your strip again. Once it's been rolled up, like I've shown you, it's going to end up looking like this. Yeah? And I've rolled up a few of them, different lengths. I usually use the shorter ones when I wear t-shirts and the longer ones when I'm wearing like a regular collared shirt. Yeah, so these are most of the ones I wear are this sort of like length. So let me now show you with my body here. Drew, let me show you exactly how you knot this. Okay guys, my body here, Drew, sorry about that, will be helping us out as our standing model as we knot this. If you followed through my video, the section earlier where I showed you how to fold this, you'll get this right. It's very simple, very easy with an iron and a nice flat table, and you're good to go. So make sure that your fold is on top like this and bottom pointing down like this. Put that right over your neck. Create a long end and a short end, just like you're knotting a bow tie. It's the same kind of process to it. Make sure that you keep your roll nice and clean. Don't let things roughen up just yet. It will with time, but we're trying to get certain shapes, certain dimples and things into this look. So let's go. You got your long end and you got your short end. Place your long end over your short end. That's one. Roll the long end under your short end perpendicular to the short end. So you've got this. Yeah. Now place your finger on top of this knot that you've made here, and then take this right round under the whole thing like that, and from inside out roll that. Here things can begin to lose shape because I've gotten the basic shape that I need. You put that into that section that you've been holding out onto, and you pull. Now you got your nice dimple here, and then you've got a very nice clean knot. Look at that. A simple, easy, and then you can take your jacket and or your shirt or whatever and place it over it nicely so it sits well. Position things how I discussed earlier, wherever you need it to be, to look however you want it to be. You can adjust this just by pulling on the other side, the short end, and then pulling down. If you want it tighter, all you need to do is just do that. All of this is going to be tucked into your shirt, so you don't really need to bother so much about this length popping out. Some people like it to pop out on the shirt. If you want it to be short like this with symmetry, where you've got this sort of length, then the other ways you can do it, you can either use a shorter one, like I've got this. This is a much shorter one. You can use that, and then it just comes out nicely. But for shirts, I tend to use the longer one so that I can adjust as the day goes by. Anyway, let's go on to style number 2. So long end over short end, but rather than twist it under, twist it over. So take it from the bottom and bring it. I'm going to give it a little bit more room. Yeah, like that. So like that. And then I'll take it from the inside out like this. Yeah. So now this is what you should sort of like have halfway through. You've got this knot, the small end tiny popping on the long end like this. So you take this long end, because this is what we're using to do all the rolls. You take this long end, roll it across like this to the bottom without taking it through the back, and bring it round till you have something like this. Simple. This is simple. So what you got, like a sausage bun you've got here. Yeah, I'm trying to create that nice balance here. I'm using the mannequin, so I won't be very, very accurate. Usually I will don't do this again until I'm able to get the long end and the short end as close as possible in outlet length. So I've got this nice. Yeah. I usually use this with t-shirts. Um, to be honest with you, with this knot, you can use it with anything in particular. So I'll do that. So what I've done here is I've pulled this out to get this length. So you just hold that here and pull until, yeah. So now I've got this. What sometimes I do, if I don't want the ends flaring out like this, because with this one, I would wear this with a t-shirt, 100%. I would even make the knot a bit tighter. But this is also where, when you have the short ones like this, you can give that very like minimalist look to it, because as you can tell, the fold is not as thick as this one. Look at that. It's almost half of this one. So this will work really well as well. But I just wanted to use this because it'd be easier for me to roll this over the mannequin. So you roll that over. As I said earlier, what I do sometimes just to get that extra bit of detail, if I want things to be a bit more controlled, is I'll roll this over like that. So I did that. So let me do this. Let's see if that gives it any. Yeah. So they're just, little details for me that matter in terms of what it looks like. 50% to 70% of the time, what do I'll leave it like this. I'll be honest with you, this is how I leave it. But if I don't want it, as I said, flaring out too much, I just knot this extra end and then shape it, put it into shape till it sits nicely and maintains my look. Okay, guys, so that's how I knot my neck scarf. Simple, easy, two different styles that will cover you throughout your easy wear styling season, from basics to casuals, essentials to smart attires. And I know I spoke about this little device. I will try and find the link and put it onto this video. If I don't, I'll still put out the video, but with time, I am sure I'll get the link because I have not found it anywhere else. I got this quite a while ago, and the fact that it's still working, it even uses the old USB connection at the back, but this thing works a treat. Like, you're going out and you can smell, stuff that you've worn. You just do that, literally it disappears. I can guarantee you, if you buy this and it doesn't take out the scent, I will refund you back your money twice, 3 times, 4 times. That's how confident I am about this device. I don't put things out here unless I believe that they actually work. And this works a lot of magic. Anyway, guys, if you actually enjoyed this little video I put together, and you are just coming across my page for the very first time, hey, you're welcome. Join the gang, join the group. We talk about things, lifestyle, travel, menswear, educational content, just showing you how I style things. I'm not here to tell you how to dress. I'm not here to tell you you shouldn't wear this, you shouldn't wear that. Your perception and appreciation of style, it will be very different from mine. But when you see things on me that you think you like, this is where I get to show you how I do it. But I am not here to govern your style essence and just how you interpret style. Everyone is different, and I just want you to be able to know that this is where you wear it and you own it. Ciao.